reference to a missing child. Mother had called 911 advising that when she woke up in the morning, her 20-month-old baby boy, Quentin Smalls, was missing from his pack and play. Quentin was last seen wearing a light blue Sesame Street T-shirt and black shorts or black bottoms. So we got here as quickly as we can, trying to assess the situation, trying to determine, the nature of why Quentin was missing. So let me try to get ahead of some things or some anticipated questions that you may have of me. We've located the biological father. He works very north of here. We don't believe he has anything to do with it being a custody thing or anything like that at this point. We have not determined whether or not it is an abduction or kidnapping. Therefore, we did not issue an Amber Alert. That is a requirement of an Amber Alert, is to law enforcement has to be have that belief that an abduction has taken place. So currently we're interviewing all parties involved to the extent that we can. They've all been cooperative so far, and we're in the business of interviewing them, securing a search warrant for the residence so we can do a more invasive search. Officers did do a cursory search of the residence to see if the child may have been hiding or something of that nature. We did not locate the child in any of those spaces that we thought perhaps that a child could hide. But we would require a search warrant to do a more invasive search, so we're in the process of doing that. We also, I think there was a question asked whether or not we had any prior visits to this residence. We've only had 2 calls for service here in the last 2 years. They were not of a missing child or anything like that. So just for the sake of context, I do want to thank all of the agencies that have come out here and assisted the Chatham County Police Department. As you can hear, we got mosquito control up ahead of us in the helicopter doing an air search for us. The Savannah Police Department mounted unit has come out to assist us. Chatham Emergency Management. The Liberty County Sheriff's Office came up with 2 deputies, 2 canine officers. They're out with their bloodhound trying to do a track to see if there's anything of value that we can. Concerned citizens of this neighborhood have showed up, participated, or are participating in a grid search out here in this geographic location. So I'd be remiss if I didn't thank all of those individuals and entities for being out here. Chatham County Sheriff's Office is out here, so much thanks to Sheriff Wiltshire for lending his staffing out here. This is a fluid situation. All things are still possible. We don't have any concrete belief in any one theory or any one thing. So we're very concerned about Quentin. We're hoping we can find him safe and bring him home to his parents.
Chief, I know you said this is very fluid right now and you don't want to go into just being one specific scenario, but have you found anything thus far in this search, when we're going into 4 hours, that would lead you to believe that foul play might be something involved in this?
We have not, quite frankly. There's nothing that leads us in one direction or another. It's really kind of wide open right now, unfortunately. I wish we had something more of substance that we could kind of focus our energies on. But like I said, everything's on the table right now, and we're attacking it at all angles.
And if you talk to the mother, have you asked what happened in that 3 hours from 6 a.m. to 9 o'clock that she didn't know that her child was missing? Or obviously parents can get distracted with young children. What happened in that 3 hours, and what explanation has she given so far? Can you share it?
I don't have that information. I mean, I'm not doing the interview, and I'm not going to interject myself in my detective's work. Hopefully we'll be able to, through those interviews, get some of those answers and be able to release some of those details as we go forward.
Just a clarifying question here. You referred to him as Quentin Smalls. Smalls his last name or middle name? Simon earlier.
Did I misspeak? My apologies. My handwriting's horrible. So what was his name? Simon? Simon Smalls? Quentin Simons. I'm sorry. My apologies. So thank you for that clarity, though.
What goes forward now? Obviously, the search at nightfall is going to be in the next couple of hours. Does this search continue throughout the night, or do you change your directives?
Well, once we have exhausted, or daylight obviously is going to be an environmental factor that we're going to have to contend with once we get there. Obviously, if visibility is low, obviously this isn't a very well lit area. So it would be my assumption that once daylight fell and we didn't have any visibility, that we'd have to suspend the search until daylight tomorrow morning. But we'll make those decisions, as they come and as we confront those impediments as we go forward. So.
Since you started searching, has there been any sign of this 21-month-old child?
I have not been reported of that whatsoever. No, sir.
I was just going to ask, I know you said that all things are possible at this time, but do you guys have any leads with the bloodhounds or the helicopters or the drones?
We have not gotten any leads, no ma'am.
Have the bloodhounds been investigated?
The handler just took the canine out for one last track. You might have seen that right before we started the interview. So we'll see if that yields anything. But I would imagine after that, they'd probably have to, let the dog rest. There's only a certain amount of time that they can track without them getting tired and their senses get a little diminished. I'm sorry? We've slowly started opening them back up. Obviously, the actual crime scene is contained to the residents, and then obviously, if we were to find anything out here in the area, we would tape that off so we can do a proper forensic search of that. But we are going to be opening the roadways fairly soon.
Since you've just brought up Motion Connection, have you worked a case like this before? And being the head of this agency out here, you're looking for a small child. What's in your head?
Yeah. I can't. None comes to mind. I'm 32 years in the business. Nothing that comes to my immediate mind. I've certainly dealt with child deaths and things of that nature, and having children myself. 6 kids. They're all older now, but I can't imagine what's going through the parents' head. I mean, you're fearful, you're scared, you're worried, and that it affects. Not only does it certainly affects the immediate family, but the neighbors who maybe had contact with them. I think they've probably seen the kids, played with them, or said hi to them. The officers that are out here searching, the residents that are out here searching. Everybody has an emotional investment in these type of cases, and it takes its own toll on people in their own magnitude. So, I just want to thank everybody out here. You guys being out here, you guys feel it, right? I mean, you're human beings.
Yeah.
You have hearts, and you bleed, and everything like that. So, you're not callous individuals that don't have any feelings. You're gonna be impacted by what you see out here. So, we got a lot of help out here, a lot of people that care, a lot of people that want to find him, and hopefully he'll come home safe when we get this behind us.
If anybody has any information, are you still asking they call 911, or are there any other channels you'd like them to go?
Just have them call 911. That's the quickest way to get us the information, and we'll take that information on its merit, and hopefully it'll be useful for us. All right. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.